Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to swatch the Caran Supracolor II. It doesn't actually say that on the package, but it says it on the pencils. So if you're ever confused by that, these are the Supracolor II Aquarelles. So these are a watercolor pencil from Caran. So Caran also has the Museum Aquarelles, which I did a swatching and first impressions on. Now, not every pencil I buy, especially for this watercolor project, will I do a first impressions and swatching, although I might do quite a few, especially for some brands that a lot of people aren't aware of or see very often. And then, of course, any that are sent to me as happy mail or contributions to the project. I definitely want to highlight that. So let's get started on these. So I bought these for, Cyber Monday from Blick. Any of the high-end coloring supplies I tend to buy from Blick and not Amazon. That's just because in the past I've gotten bad batches from Amazon, and Blick is great with their customer service. So like my Museum Aquarelles, these Supracolors, and stuff like that, I just order from there. And these are actually cheaper on Blick, at least at the time I bought them, than they were on Amazon. So I'll leave a link to both below, but check out both. So this was the little sleeve that came on it. Really pretty artwork. It shows you the pencil. All their products have these cool timelines. So it even tells you like when things came out. Prismalo, that's one of the ones I am going to try and get my hands on as well. They've been around since 1931. It's crazy. Neocolor ones, I'm going to start collecting those soon too. You can still buy them. Neocolor 2s are the water soluble. Now Supracolor came out in 1998 and then the Pablo followed after. So from what I understand, this is kind of like polychromos and Albrecht Dürer. They kind of work together. However, the color names are not exactly the same as Pablo's, but they aren't the same between the Albrecht Dürer and polychromos either because they've gone through name changes. But these came out before the Pablo's, 2 years, do math, before. So I found that kind of interesting. All right. So when you open these sleeves, it's kind of cool because they give you a little, rundown of stuff, but they actually always give you a pre-made color chart. A lot of people don't realize that. So in the inside of your sleeve for their products, always grab that. Like for my Neocolors, I had that, and I'll fill this in and then I'll just tuck it inside the tin. I'm probably going to combine these and my Museum Aquarelles, all those aquarelle words. I'll be combining them into a single pencil case, I think. So it won't have the tin very long, but still, this is a good swatch chart to keep because one, you don't have to sit there and rewrite it, but two, I can stick this in the pencil case. So maybe I don't feel like breaking out my huge binder with all these charts, you know what I mean? And this one has all the light fast ratings on it, whereas I don't put that on my charts. And then on the back, they do show you like the color ranges back here. They even go over, the pencil and what it has, and then information about them in multiple languages. But this is a water soluble pencil, but it is designed to also work dry. So that is very interesting. Also, it's bright and opaque colors, no blooming. I mean, most watercolors are not opaque, they're transparent. But when we do the battles between all the brands, we'll definitely talk about that. This is a 3.8 millimeter wax lead. So it's very interesting. But let's open this tin. As with all Caran products, they actually care about their packaging. So every Caran product you buy in these tins comes with this sticker set. It's really hard to see, but they actually have like a sticker for each kind, and you peel that off and you stick it on the outside of your tin because all the tins are exactly the same. They don't say what's on here. So like if I had Supracolor, let's just take that off so I can show you. I'm not going to keep this tin, but if you choose to keep the tin, I used to. I actually like tins, but they do take up a lot of space. So you can like set it like this, see? And now you know what it is. And if you want to move it to the like side because you stack them, you can put it down here. So I might even move it there just for now because I do have Neocolors, and Neocolors are in the exact same tin. And I want to be able to quickly identify what is what. So yeah, see how I've just put that there? Then I know this is my Supras. All right, so I'm gonna keep that there. So they package all of their products incredibly well. Luminance, Pablo's, Neocolors, Museum Aquarelles. I mean, so these ones are a little different. Like the Museum Aquarelles and light Luminance pencils come in like those foam things, but they're incredibly expensive pencils. And if they didn't do that, people would probably revolt. That said, you get a foam layer on here. These pencils do not move in these cases. And these are pretty nifty how they have them set up. So the first tray, you just pop out. On the back is actually more foam, so you just pull that. So that tray easily comes out. And you have your other layer, all these pencils. And then you pull that out. There's foam under that as well. And then you have your last tray. So if you want to keep them in the tray, you most definitely can. There's nothing wrong with that because they are so well protected in these things. And like I said, I actually like trays because, so I put these in a case, right? I have 3 trays right now that I could lay out in front of my desk, easily grab whatever pencil I want. I switch this to a little pencil case. I'm gonna have to be flipping through the cases. Not all of these are gonna be in front of me at once. So it's something to keep in mind when you switch to cases. Let's get a color we can look at. So on the first side of the pencil, it says the Supracolor II Soft. That little indicator means it's water soluble. And then Caran Swiss made. On the back is, let's zoom in and hopefully the camera focuses. There we go. On the back is the pencil name, number, light fast rating, and then of course the barcode, because these are in fact open stock, as with all Caran products. So I'm not going to bother sharpening these. Usually these high-end manufacturers don't have a ton of icky residue. Now, if you notice when you're using it, they're scratchy, then go ahead and give it a sharpen. Like I sharpened my Pablos when I got those. But with watercolors, we're just dissolving them. That said, you can use these dry. So you don't actually need to buy like other pencils. You could use this wet or dry. But what we'll do is while we're swatching, we'll see how smooth and evenly they go down dry, just as well as, how they look when they're activated. Because it's kind of important, especially when a company says, hey, these can be used dry. I want to see what they feel like. All right, so I'm just going to go in the manufacturer's order for now. I did put them on a chart here to put in my binder, but like I said, I'll probably still fill out that other one and stick it in there. Okay, so what I'm going to do, wow, these are soft. So I'm just going to kind of put about a third of the way through. Oops, and we'll just do a line and then activate. But yeah, these are actually pretty soft. They're actually softer than Pablo's. Pablo's are very hard pencils, and Pablo's are wax-based. There's a lot of reviews calling them oil-based. Caran does not make an oil-based product. I don't know where this happened in the rumor mill. There's even some big name review sites that call them oil, and I'm very concerned about that because I had always known Caran did not do oil. I mean, they've made multiple statements. They don't do oil-based, but there just became this long rumor that the Pablos were an oil-based pencil, and that just floated about. And so when I repurchased them, I reached out to Caran directly, and they said, no, these are a wax pencil. We do not make oil. So yeah, they are strictly wax based. They kind of get a little snarky about the whole, no, I don't make an oil pencil. It's like, I was just asking. I think they're just tired of being asked the same question, because it does indeed on the Pablo case say it is a wax pencil. Oops, dog hair. Okay, interesting. Okay, so I went off the names that were on the pre-printed chart. So it had said old pink, but 82 is now rose pink. So this will probably be similar, to Polychromos and Albrecht Dürer, where they went through some number changes and name changes. So just double check your numbers more than anything else. So as you know, I did get the museum aquarelles, which are awesome. They're a lot more opaque, so I found it interesting that they're calling these opaque. But I just want to see, you know, how transparent these are. I have that one sticking out just so I can remember. But I also want to see how these work. You know, are these more like an Albrecht Dürer? They feel very much like the Albrecht Dürer when they lay down. So here's what I'm going to do. Because these can be used dry, and I do still want to preserve some of that dry swatch, I'm going to activate just like halfway through my little swatch there, okay? So I just kind of want to see how these drag out. That one was kind of lackluster, but my brush is a little dry. There we go. There we go. So I'm just going to activate halfway through. Oh, that's a gorgeous color. That one is too. See how much different they are from the dry form though? But that means you could go back over it. But wow, these colors are incredible. Oh, and they just, oh, it's like the first time I used an Albrecht Dürer and just the water touched it and it instantly, I mean, look at that. The lines instantly go away with water. Now, some of these lighter ones don't want to move out, and that's just because they're going to need a little more pigment than I've got given them. Yeah, I'm going to activate this whole pink one and see. Old pink, also known as, what did I say it was? Rose pink. So some of these lighter ones aren't going to go as much. It's a very pretty color. So I think I might need to fill half the box, but some of these are pretty transparent. Some are opaque. It's so hard in a tiny little space. So what we might do is like, do I have a scratch paper that's not like completely destroyed? I'm going to real fast, maybe. Normally I have a black alcohol marker on my desk at all times and it's gone missing. Oh, there we go. What I'm going to do is, just real quick, I'm going to draw that line. We'll come back and use that later. All right. Let us keep going. So yeah, I'm going to fill it halfway through. These don't drag super far. That could be me as well. I'm just not giving it enough pigment to work with. So I'm looking more to match up the numbers than the names, just because now I know some of them are different. Okay. And hopefully the lighting is okay. I'm recording way earlier than normal, but that is because we have some tile people coming our master shower had some issues, so the builder had to basically come and redo all the flooring. So I'm like, I better get filming before they show up. And I may get interrupted midway through. And you guys know how I loathe editing out, so I might be like, hang on, be back later. All right, mauve. And I definitely will be doing a three-way comparison, excuse me, between these, the Museum Aquarelles, and Albrecht Dürer, because those are kind of the biggest ones on the market right now. And then I will also just do a one-to-one between these and Albrecht Dürer, since these are a little bit more closer to the Albrecht Dürer line than like the Museum Aquarelles. I can't just say aquarelle. Why is that word so hard? I can't just use that word because this is technically aquarelle too, because that means watercolor. There we go. Yeah, I just need to put more pigment down. So I'm activating still halfway through, but now I'm getting enough pigment so I can drag it. Oh, look at that one. Look at that one. I'll probably pick a color that's highly pigmented to test the opacity. Now, Albrecht Dürers are very translucent, I feel. Museum Aquarelle are very opaque for sure. You can definitely add more water and, water it down and make it more translucent. That's always an option. But it kind of just depends on you and your preference on how watered down you want your watercolors. Do you want them more rich? Do you want to water them down and kind of get that muted look, that's notorious for watercolor? Ooh, I like that one. Instantly, that just popped. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a preference thing. Let's see, we got our indigo. And we got our Prussian blue. All right, you know what I'm going to do to save you guys some time, because I'm going to have a lot of these swatching videos, and 120 is a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this and then record the rest of the swatching and activating, oops, dog hair, in, a sped up motion, and then we will come back and discuss it, and then we'll go from there. So stay tuned. It'll be like 5 seconds for you, probably 30 minutes to an hour for me. Okay, so we have swatched all 120 of the Supracolor 2s, and I really like these. They dissolve incredibly well. Excuse me, incredibly well. They don't water down too badly, but also they aren't chalky. A lot of times, like these cardstocks will have a chalky film to them after you put watercolor pencils on them, and I'm actually really enjoying how these came out. So I'm loving the color ranges. They are kind of similar to not polychromas, Pablo's, but a little different. But that said, I do love the ranges of color. Now, do you need a whole 120 set? No. The reason I bought the big set of these was because I knew I would want these in the whole set, but like a lot of these I'm doing my tests on. I'm buying the smaller sets because I don't know if I'll actually use them. This, however, I had a feeling or knew I would, so but yeah, I love how the color stays. It's not as opaque as the museum aquarelles, but I didn't expect that. I also feel like they might be a little bit more pigmented than Albrecht Dürer, but we'll do some side-by-side comparisons when we have them do their battle. This is just first impressions. But yeah, I mean, the color ranges are gorgeous. Look at all these beautiful purples and into blues, lovely blues and turquoise colors. And you even have a couple down here. And then these greens are perfect. There's so much you can do with those greens. Same thing with all these browns, tons of grays. They do have metallics in here though. Why? I wish they would have just axed those three and done something else. The metallics are the only thing that I found kind of useless here. They dissolved really crappy. They're not nice at all to look at, and well, I wasn't very impressed with the metallic ones, but the rest of them were great. I know some colors you can't see very well, like the bluish pale. I mean, it's such a light blue. Cream is hard to see, but it's beautiful. Same thing with like ash gray and light lemon yellow. But yeah, overall, awesome selection of colors. I love how they dissolved. They look so much different when they are activated, but in a good way. And I think this is going to be a really fun set to play around with. So thank you for hanging out while we did a little swatching and first impressions video. I am working on getting all of my pencils together for the battles. These will be going up against some higher end pencils, so I'll be able to get those ones started here pretty soon, whereas some of the others I'm still working on collecting. But either way, I'm super excited to play with these, maybe even use them in my upcoming live stream, although this will probably post after that. But I'm kind of thinking these would be fun to do, so we'll see. I don't know. But until next time, guys, take care. Bye now.